Hey everyone, and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Mal from Descendants 2. Let's get started in the middle of our page with the eyes. So I'm going to start on the left side. I'm going to draw a little curve for the upper eyelid. Starting from the outside, we're just going to curve across and then just pull it down as we come in towards the inside. Let's leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line up the inside, curving up and then out. Let's layer in the upper eyelashes. So from this point here on the left, we're just going to curve it up slightly. Now I just want to taper it down towards the inside. Starting on the outside, we're just going to curve it down and just taper it in. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Curling up and out. And we're just going to taper this down to the point on the inside. Now let's go ahead and color those in black. Underneath the eyelashes, we're going to tuck in 2 half circles for the iris. So starting on the outside here, we're just going to curve down and just pull that up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. And it's okay to leave a little bit of an overlap on the inside edge of the eye. And then on the left here, we're going to draw a small circle for a highlight. Starting from the top, circle around. And then in the middle of the iris, I'm going to draw a smaller circle tucked in behind the highlight for the pupil. So we're going to start at the bottom of the highlight. Circle around, tuck that back in. We're going to color that in black. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing on the right side. So I want to line up the highlight from the left side over towards the right. So we're just going to tuck this in underneath the eyelid, and we'll draw in the pupil underneath. We'll fill that in black. Now let's move in between the eyes. Just down here, we're going to draw in the nose. So we're going to start with a little U shape first. And then on the left side, we'll step down and just draw a little hook, a little C shape. We'll do the opposite on the right side. Just underneath the eyes, we want to draw a little curve for the lower eyelid. So we're going to start just outside of the eye, just curve down, and then just pull that in. Do the same thing on the right side. Below the nose, we're going to locate the mouth. So we're going to draw a curve from left to right. Starting on the outside, we'll curve down. And then pull that back up. On the ends, I'm just going to draw a little bracket. Let's go ahead and add in the lips. So just above the mouth, we're going to draw a little V. And then from the left point, we're going to curve down and then just pull that out. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's draw in the lower lip. So from that same point, we're going to curve down. Pull that back up on the right side. Now that we have the face, let's layer in the hair bangs. So we're going to start just above the eyelash on the left side. We're going to curve down the middle and up towards the right. But along the way, I'm just going to add a few little notches. So starting up here, we're going to curve down above the eye. And then right here, I'm just going to draw like a long upside down V. We're going to continue across. Draw one more right here. And then we'll go all the way up towards the right side, just above the eyelash. Now right here, I just want to add 2 eyebrows. So above the curve of the eyelash, I'm just going to curve it down and in. Then we'll do the same thing on the right side, tucking that in underneath the hairbang. Now I'm going to draw the hair coming down the side of the head, down towards the bottom. So I want to leave a little bit of overlap here. So starting up here, I'm going to curve down towards that point and pull it straight down and then hook it back in. So right up here, I'm just going to curve over that line, come straight down, and right about here, I'm just going to hook it in slightly. Let's do the same thing on the right. Lining up the top, curve around to the side, come straight down, then as we get to the bottom, we're just going to hook it back in. Now we can layer the bottom of the head. So I want to bring the chin down to here. We're going to start up on the side of the hair, coming down towards the bottom of the chin. We'll pull this back up on the right side. Along the edge of the hairbang, I just want to add a little bit of texture. So we're going to start on the left side, just work our way towards the right with a series of little curves. And these can be various length and spaces, just to give a little bit of texture to the hair. Going straight up the middle, and then the ones on the right, we're just going to curve up and in. So space these out, make a couple that are longer and shorter. Now let's go up to the very top of the head, right up here. I'm going to draw a little point. This is where the hair parts. So we start up here, curve around the side and come straight down, and we'll blend in towards the bottom of the hair. So here I'm just going to curve up and out, Bring it down the side of the head. Now down here, I just want to curve it out a little bit and then pull it back in. So coming down, push it out, and then just pull it back in. We're going to layer the hair along the bottom edge here. So we're going to step up, curve over that line and down. I'm going to curve this back up, so tapering it upwards. Now right here, this little point right here, I just want to overlap this hair. So starting at the bottom, we're just going to curve up, just over that line. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting up at the top, we're going to curve up and curve around the side of the head. As I'm coming straight down, I'm going to push it out towards the right and pull it back into right about there. We're going to take that point here and just flip it over on this side. So we start at the tip first if you like. We can go up, curving up, step down, curve down, and we'll curve that back up along the side. Now at this point here, I'm just going to curve and tuck that in underneath the hair. Right in the middle here, I just want to add a short little line coming down just to show the part of the hair. Now we can add a few little hair fibers along the side. So from this middle line, we're just going to curve up and out. Draw a shorter one just below it. Do the same thing on the right. So I'm going to stagger this, curving up and out. Come down to the bottom, just draw a short one across. We're going to move down below the head and draw the upper part of the body. So just on either side of the chin, right here, we're going to curve down and out. Do the same thing on the right side. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve along the bottom. From this point in the hips, I want to step up and draw 2 curves coming up and in. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with another curve going straight across. From this point, I want to curve up underneath the chin. Now we're going to add in that little flap in the jacket. So about halfway down this line, I'm going to curve over towards the left. Then from here, I'm going to flip this down. I'm going to connect that point to the inside with a curve going up in the middle and then down. Right here, let's add the inner part of the collar. In this corner, we're just going to angle down, come straight down in behind the flap. Now from this point, I just want to do what I did here and just curve this up underneath the flap. I want to add a few little studs on the flap and on the side panels here. So right up here, draw a little circle, and then go across. Then I'll add a couple more along the top. Along the side, I'm just going to add a single row of studs going all the way down. And we'll do the same thing on the left side, starting from the bottom. Now just above the waist, we're just going to step up and draw that same curve going across for the belt. Right in here, we're going to add a little buckle. So 2 short lines coming down side by side. We'll add that little torn up edge along the bottom here. So on the side, we're going to curve up and then down. Do that again, going up and then down. Now we're going to pull this curve up towards that point, curving up. Let's continue down the legs. So in the middle, we're going to step down. Right here, I'm going to draw a little curve for the lower torso. On the left side, I'm going to step in, curve down and out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to draw the heels of the boot. So from this point, we're just going to draw a short straight line coming across. Now we're going to come up the inside edge of the heel. And we'll curve down towards the toe. From this point, I'm just going to curve down and out. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the corner of the heel, I just want to draw an angled line underneath the bottom of the shoe. From the toes, we're going to round out the tip of the foot. So from here, I just want to curve up and over. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction in towards the ankle, curving inwards. I'm going to take that point, curve down and up towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curve up the toe and just pull that over. I'm going to pull that in towards the ankle. I just want to connect the inside of the leg to that point. Now from the hips, I just want to curve down towards the top of the boot. So right here on the left side, we're just going to curve down and in. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Now we just want to add a little trim for the sole. So from this point in the foot, we're going to step up, just follow that curve going all the way up, and then pull it across. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's add some detail to the pants. So just down the hip here, I'm just going to draw a curve going upwards towards the right hip. Now it's going to separate this. I'm going to copy that same curve just above it, and we're just going to continue this all the way up. And And then we'll just go in and add a little pattern to the leg. So right here, it's going to curve down and in. Same thing on the right side. We're going to step down, that same curve. And then from this point, I want to curve to the top front edge of the boot. Now that we have the body, we can draw in the arms on the side. So about halfway down the body, right about here, I'm going to curve down and out. We're going to draw in the thumb. So we're going to draw a little half circle, going around. And at the end of the thumb, I just want to curve this up towards the wrist. At the bottom of this curve, I'm going to come around and then pull that up for the first finger. Step down, draw another curve going up. Now the third finger is going to go all the way up behind the hair, up and towards the shoulder. So we're going to curve around, pull that in behind the hair. Let's aim this up underneath the head, just leaving a little gap on the inside. Right down here, we just want to separate the glove finger. So here we're just going to curve around. We're going to step up on this finger, curve another, curve going across, and then one on the pinky. We're going to take that arm and flip it over on the right side. So we're going to line up the inside part of the arm, curving down, do a little half circle for the thumb. Now she doesn't have a fingerless glove on this side, so we're just going to draw the regular hand, and draw a little bracket at the end of the thumb. At the bottom of the thumb, we're just going to swirl around the bracket and up. Step down, curve up, and then again, the third finger is going to go all the way around, in behind the hair, and we're going to end up in the same distance towards the body. Let's go back to the left side and draw in the detail for the arm. So from the outside, I just want to curve down and in towards the inside of the wrist. Do the same thing on the right side. On the side here, we're going to do the same thing we did with the body. We're going to add a little bit of a torn edge here. So on the side of the hand, we're going to curve up, down, we'll pull that up underneath the cuff. Do the same thing on the right side. About halfway down the arm, I just want to draw a little seam. So on the outside, we're just going to curve down and in. Do the same thing on the right. And at the upper part of the arm, on the side of the body, we're just going to curve down towards that line. At the bottom here, I just want to add a few little studs along the inside edge. So starting at the bottom, we'll draw one circle. Step up, draw another circle, and draw one more row. Do the same thing on the right. Now in between the arm and the head, we're just going to add some hair strands in the back here. Starting down here, we're just going to draw a couple lines coming down. We're just going to let it fade out. We can go all the way back behind the arm. We just want to stagger this a little bit. So coming down to right about there. And there we have it. There's Mel from Descendants 2. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.